Time to start your Monday right when Mondays don't suck. It's time to start your Monday right when Mondays don't suck. It's time to start your Monday right when Mondays don't suck. It's time to start your Monday right when Mondays don't suck. Yeah, it's that time again for Mondays don't suck. JOB does. So what's up, guys? Me, Ian Pilgrim here. Today, I want to talk to you about consistent effort. Consistent effort is a large key factor in anything being successful, whether it's relationship, financial, work, volunteer work, school, everything across the board. Consistent effort is one of the vital keys that you must use in order to get to that next level or that next position that you're trying to get to. See, we do like this. Let's say you apply for a job and you get the interview, and you get hired. Go through orientation, you go through training and everything. They tell you at your 1 year mark, if you make it that long, at your 1 year mark, you're going to be tested on some material that they gave you at training, and you have all year to read this. They tell you the best way to do it is just read a couple pages a day, like 10 pages a day, up into your 1 year mark. It's not going to be an open book test. You may take notes if you want on the material that you read, but that's it. See, there's a lot of people out there who can, read like a 600-page book in like 5 hours. But I'm not one of those people. So, because I'm not one of them people, I read a couple pages a day, or sometimes I kind of fall off my consistent effort, and I'll read to like 25 pages on a Monday, and then I won't pick up the book again until like Thursday, and that's a flaw on my part. I'm kind of working on, but we all got flaws to be working on. But check it out. Let's say you wait until a month before, and you're trying to read everything, but life always gets in the way, so you got other things going on. Maybe you got kids going to the hospital, or football games and things you got to go to. Maybe you have a bunch of schoolwork piling up that you haven't gotten to. You're at work a lot, so all that's all piling on top of everything else. So by the time your 1 year mark, you haven't read a thing. All you have to do is simply just pick up the book once a day, read 10 pages, put it back down. Take some notes, unless you got a super memory and you can memorize everything from what you read. But again, I'm not one of the people. So you read 10 pages a day, and that takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most if you're not a good reader. I guess there could be some deciding factors into that. So, I'm not one of the best readers in the world. It can take me probably from 5 to 7 minutes to read 10 pages, based on if the book is interesting. Am I interested in what I'm reading? What I should have said. If I'm comprehending what I'm reading, or if I'm kind of just skimming through. Sometimes I'll be reading a book and I start getting bored or something, and I'll read a page, and maybe I'll turn it or go like 2 pages down, and I realize I don't know nothing that I just read. So I have to go back 2 pages, find out where last spot I remember reading, and then read it all over again. Of course, you always got to stay engaged in whatever you're reading and comprehend what you're reading. Not only that, but you got to actually read it. So, back to that at hand. You wait until the very last minute, and you don't know nothing. And the result of that is, you failed your test. When you fail your test, you lose your job. I told you at the very beginning. It's very easy to do. Just read 10 pages a day. 365-page book, 365 pages in a year, or 365 pages in a year, days in a year, and that's all you gotta do. Take some notes while you're reading it, so so you remember everything, you recall it. Of course, take good notes, but instead you're like, oh, well, I got a whole year to do this. Let's put it off. Or let's say your job tells you that you have to go out and, meet somebody new every day so you can bring them to your product. Let's say your company sells water filters. So, let's say talk to your friends and family. You're like, hey, I know I got a new job. I want you to come over, check it out. Water filter company cleans and purifies your water. Go out your house. You can drink clean water. You hook it up so when you're running your sink, that's all clean. The bathroom water's clean. The laundry water's clean. The shower's clean. Like all the works. Everything is just clean and purified. So, of course you have people who be like, yeah, y'all check it out. And people are like, nah, get out of here with that. But, you do that. And, let's say you talk to 5 people that you know out of the 6,000 that you do know. And they're like, well, this job's not paying me too well. I guess I'll quit. I mean, the reason you're not being paid well is because, you're not putting that consistent effort in. You get consistent effort, you do better, learn along the way. Like I told you, it takes 10,000 mistakes before you get something right. Or if you're gonna make 10,000 mistakes, you might as well get knocked out of the way. And if it takes 10,000 hours to master something, and this is what say you plan to be a water filter salesperson for the rest of your life, make sure you put them 10,000 hours in early. So you put that you say the first month, you're talking to everybody like, hey, check this out, I'm working this place, whatever, this and that. And, within that first month, everything's good. So you get a decent paycheck. You get like an average paycheck. In month 2, things start going on. Let's say a car breaks down. You start falling behind in school. Just, things in your life are just happening. So it's kind of bringing you down a little bit. So you're not going out and talking to as much people. You're talking to your friends and family as much. And, you get your paycheck and you're like, oh, well, this sucks. And you repeat that process again in the 3rd month and you didn't get your paycheck, so this sucks. And your 4th paycheck, this sucks. And of course, after you see some of your paychecks and, they're not that great, you're like, well, this doesn't work. And in actuality, it does work. You're just not putting that consistent effort in. See, it's all about consistent effort, like I said. From reading just 10 pages a day and taking notes to, trying to sell something to somebody or meeting new people or trying to get a promotion at your job. You could be working a blue-collar job and you want to be promoted. Let's say you want to get promoted to management, like you want to go white-collar. So you come in early every day, you sit at your cubicle or whatever that it is that you're doing, and you're taking calls or, you're handling finances and everything. So you come in early and, you're on a computer and okay. And you're catching everything that, that seems to be off. And, you correct it. And you do that for, say, 2 or 3 months. And, someone in the higher ups, they move out. But in that, let's say the 2nd month, they've been like, yeah, we've been watching you. We're thinking of promoting you up to management. That's something you're interested in. You talk about it, and 2 months later, like nothing happened. So you're like, oh, well, what the F? I thought I was gonna get moved up. So by the 5th month, one of the higher ups, they find opportunity somewhere else, or they retire, or whatever the case may be. But in the 5th month, you start to really slack off, like your efforts just tanked. And because of it tanking in that 5th month, looked at you like, oh, well, he's not working as hard as he was before. you're not taking initiative like you was before, this and that. So they gave the position to somebody else. And I've seen this happen plenty of times at my job, where someone's working hard, they didn't get what they wanted in the end, and then their effort from there is just bad. They just do terrible because they're like, oh, we're never going to get this position, or whatever the case may be. It's promotion, it's raised, never going to get it. They're not noticing me, or the opportunity came around, and because you wasn't working as hard as you was, you didn't get the results you wanted to get. You didn't get the position that you wanted to get. You're not making the money you want to make. So the golden nugget here would be what the whole thing is about. Consistent effort. You always got to be consistent. Stay consistent. Work towards your goal every day. If you can't do it every day, let's say you can only do it once a week, make sure that time period for every week you're just doing it. Like, you come home and let's say you want to read that book. Come home, and from 6 to 7, no one talk to me. Like, you let them know, like, hey, from 6 to 7, I'm gonna be unavailable. I'm gonna be doing this here. You're gonna do that once a week. As long as people know you're doing that, just that one time a week, you'll be fine. It's consistent. And over time, that time might open up. Maybe you go from 6 to 8 in a month, or 6 to 10 p.m. in 2-3 months. It wouldn't really matter. As long as you got that one time that's blocked out for you, you can read that book, you can work on your work, whatever the case may be. You get that time blocked up for you. Nobody comes and interrupts you, and then maybe you can extend it over time. Maybe you can get some of your time back because you're working so much, and you're just doing something that it's just, you don't have to be at work 12 hours a day. You can come home, you can knock it back to just 8 hours a day and still be fine. Just an effort keeps it up. Make sure you do it, or find something that you can do consistently, whether it's drawing, music, art, gym time, homework, just all that. Just find a time to do it every day and do it. Be consistent with it. It's EM Pigram. Mondays don't suck. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe for more videos. Leave some comments down below if you got anything that you might want me to go over, or just give me some feedback. Thanks.